Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Perfect.
I felt like this was perfect for Oscars Sunday, because that's when we're taping right now. It's Oscars Sunday. We're playing Hooray for Hollywood, and we have the biggest drama kid Decepticon that we could have possibly had.
I know. You know, it actually ended up working out really well that this was the episode, or pair of episodes rather, that we are reviewing on Oscar Sunday, because it seems somewhat relevant.
The stage,
Yeah.
the drama.
Yeah, this is like,
oh my God,
like
I knew
what's
kids like you in high school.
It's like what's gonna happen.
I was one of those kids.
It's what's gonna happen, frankly. I feel like Overload is Leonardo DiCaprio if he doesn't win an Oscar this year.
I'm afraid that if Leo, and I know there's going to be all sorts of comments tomorrow about whether or not Leo won an Oscar, but at 8:20 p.m. on a Sunday night, we don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
I feel like if Leo doesn't win the Oscar this year, he's going to wind up hurting himself in his next role going for it. Just like, let's hopefully. Anyway, hi! Welcome back to Robots in Disguise. You guys, we're back. Welcome to season 2.
Yay!
And we are filming still on Sundays, much later, because we're awesome. And of course, my wonderful co-hosts have joined me. We have Alexis the Wrecker Torres.
Hey, you guys can find me all over social media at atorres890. I'm ready to wreck stuff.
Emma the Speedster Fyffe.
That's me. I'm Emma Fyffe. You can find me all over the internet at Emma Fyffe.
And I am Katie Kia Prime Cullen. You can find me on Twitter at KiaJ. We're checking the live chat. We are checking the hashtag EBTVRID. Send us your conversation. Lord Megantron is not here today. She's out taking over Hollywood. We're going to have to go after this episode and, you know, engage in an epic battle as a backdrop to the Oscars and show them why they really should consider action movies and blockbusters as something they should give awards to. Anyway.
I agree.
Yeah. I am not at all bitter. What did you guys... And we had a 2-part season opener, Overload, parts 1 and 2.
Yes.
Awesome.
So what did you guys think?
I just, watching this episode, I feel like I have this reaction to a bunch of shows that I do after shows for, where I watch them and, like, I know I like them because I've been doing these shows for them, but watching these 2 episodes in particular, I was like, I forgot how much I like this show.
It's been months!
It feels like it's been forever.
Yeah. No, so it was great. And I mean, I liked this interpretation of the character of Overload, who's been kind of sprinkled throughout Transformers throughout history since the 80s. And I really enjoyed seeing sort of Optimus's dynamic within the team in a lower stakes situation than, hey, here's the big final battle against Megatronus.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
What I thought was interesting with that was that, correct me if I'm wrong, but at the end of last season, it was, no, I'm still going to hang around, but you're still in charge. And then he immediately overrides what B tells him to do. And I'm like, I don't think we figured this dynamic out yet.
Yeah.
But I also, wasn't surprised that was happening.
Yeah,
yeah.
B's not going to be the one to tell him, Optimus, honey, no, sit down.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we know
I-
who can do that.
Well, and I think too that B has not 100%. He sort of embraced the leader role, but he doesn't quite believe in himself enough to go, Optimus, I got this. And I think that Optimus legitimately does want B to be in that leadership position. However, he's still Optimus Prime, and he's still going. He was B's leader for so long that I think it's natural that. It's kind of like a parent.
It's so easy to fall back into that. And when you go home, your parent thinks you're 10 years old again.
Right.
No.
Yeah,
No.
but even if consciously they're going, yes, you're an adult, you're making adult decisions, you're making money, you're supporting yourself, there is that part of them that will always be your parent and you will always be their baby. And that's, I think, sort of the relationship between Optimus and Bumblebee in many
well,
ways.
and Optimus doesn't know how to stop.
No.
Yeah, and I don't think that Bumblebee, because he's had to follow Optimus into so many different battles, battles, and they've been together for so long that he also, even though he is a leader, he still kind of falls back and goes back into that following kind of spectrum.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see them kind of go, yeah, we can do something different, and then it just goes back to the same thing all over again.
So it'll be interesting to see how that develops now that we have them split up for the foreseeable future, because this was very much setting a stage for, okay, we have the home team dealing with this and we have the away team dealing with this. Go.
Yeah.
And I like that it's not A team and B team because we threw a sideswipe onto the away team.
Yeah, no,
and he's not a B character.
That's true, and because as you say, Katie, it's like for so long in season 1, we were with Grim and Sideswipe and Strong Arm and B, and we did send Sideswipe off with the characters that were introduced a little bit later, like Drift and Windblade.
The characters who aren't in the opening sequence. Did you notice that?
Correct.
Drift and Windblade aren't in the opening, except for the pose like a team section.
And
no, they're important.
I feel like they've earned a place in the opening credits.
I
at this
completely
point.
agree.
I mean, obviously they are going to be ongoing. Like, it would be weird if we put Jazz in the opening sequence, because we've had him once.
Right.
We
But
need him more than once. Come
Right.
on, you guys.
I'm sure. I feel certain that character is going to come back. But it's like Drift straight up is like, I'm part of this. Like, he last season was like, I'm part of this team now.
We're going to stick around and learn friendship.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my God. I didn't realize Drift was my favorite until we came back, and I'm like, no, you're my favorite.
Because he's literally just doing the same factions or like emotions and stuff that we were just thinking. We're just like, oh, I want to roll my eyes, and he's just like, oh. And I was like, yes!
Teenagers.
That's great.
He's great.
But he's also like disappointed dad, like shooing the Minicons forward to thank Windblade for her contribution. Like, be polite. Come on.
But I love it because someone actually, I don't remember who tweeted it to me or one of us, but they had Windblade with Drift and the 2 Minicons next to each other, and they're like, wow, what a great family photo. And I was like, you better not.
It kind of is.
But it's like, perfect.
I love it.
Yeah, because I mean, both Windblade and Drift definitely have sort of a samurai influence to their bot look. Oh, I like it.
That's what I'm saying, and I love how you even commented. They're like, did someone just decide that they should all go with their color schemes? They looked like they were just matching. It was adorable.
By that explanation, Fix-It technically should have been with the B team because, like, color scheme wise, he's more in that realm.
Warm colors.
Yes, exactly. The warm colors. The warm colors.
I mean, they
sent down to the Arctic Circle.
Exactly. They sent the warm colors to the cold location.
So let's just talk about the away team. I'm trying really hard not to call them the B team, especially since
I'm sorry.
like,
what was it? What is it?
I have it written down. The Bad Bot Bashers.
I was just like,
well, you know,
go sit down.
BattleBots is copyrighted.
Yeah.
So, accurate.
And that is going to be our searching for a catchphrase thing this season.
We should have a little segment.
Sideswipe trying to figure out what to call the away team.
Yeah. I'm really glad, as you say, Katie, that Sideswipe went away with that group, because I feel like it adds to kind of the integration of these characters are still definitely part of the main story, and also gives Sideswipe a chance to have a story sort of independently of his sort of
Strong Arm.
Strong Arm, of course, and also of B,
and
because a lot of it's about them butting heads. And exactly, and same with Strong Arm. It's nice to see her like without Sideswipe, because so much of it is about their sort of bickering nature
and
of their relationship.
Amped it up right before their separation.
Yeah.
Too. I was like, wow, we are getting into it immediately right into the episode. And then, of course, I love how they sicked Grimlock on them to be like, no.
Yeah.
And it was great. But yeah, I really like that. And also the fact that even though not Drift, Sideswipe is being very bratty, I think this is a good time for him to kind of mature now that he gets to hang out with Optimus.
I agree.
Optimus absolutely pulling the rug out from under him at the very end and doing it the Optimus way. Because the thing about Optimus is he doesn't have a sense of humor.
No.
If anyone remembers Prime, and I can't help but sit there and go, didn't they almost die last time they went to the Arctic?
Yes,
like, wasn't it extremely serious business?
That's why I was confused, because I was like, how is he always ending up in snow? I don't understand how this happens.
There was that, and then there was the armor that Starscream wound up with, and now this, and I'm sure Optimus is just like, dear Primus, not again.
Fortunately, like, he's adapted, and he has the ability to now camouflage himself for the cold, which was
new toys, you
very
guys.
nice. Very nice.
New toys.
Yeah, no, that
I
was
love
cool.
the new upgrades.
I have to wonder if they're going to pull out any more, the Primes taught me this too, or if that was just a one-time, hey guys, new toys.
No, I really
I
hope that there's new stuff.
I feel like it's gonna be a recurring theme, and I think that the way, and it's like there's sort of two ways that they can handle it, and I sort of hope that they explore a little of both. The more sort of legitimate, here's a new skill as it was introduced in these episodes, but I think there also is a layer where you can sort of play with the comedy of that as well.
I'm just hoping we don't go for a literal Deus Ex Machina, because that's what it is. It's robot Jesus pulling something out of his scanners.
And I think that's why I hope that they lean on the comedy aspect of it a little bit, because the comedy in this show is really on point. I mean, this is a legitimately very funny show. More funny, I think.
26B.
Yeah, more funny, I think, for adults than for kids. It's smart writing in that, okay, there is a certain level of sophistication to this humor that we know that parents are watching this show with their kids.
Yeah.
So we're going to write something that appeals to grown-ups. On a humor sort of level,
so that way they're not watching it going, God, why?
Exactly. I mean,
the SpongeBob.
There's kind of
the later episodes of SpongeBob.
Yeah,
well,
those are good.
because when you're writing something that is intended for kids that you know adults are going to watch, there's sort of two ways you can approach it in terms of making it appeal to adults. And one of them, of course, is to have very sophisticated storylines like we saw in Prime, or like we see in shows like Star Wars Rebels or
Gravity Falls.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say,
And Robots in Disguise, I will say I was very happy to see that I felt that these characters that were in these two episodes were the same characters that we had left at the end of season 1. Like, they had grown and matured throughout season 1, and that's who we saw at the beginning of season 2, which I was very happy about. But the other way to really appeal to adults is to incorporate that kind of adult sense of humor. Not in like a dirty way, but just in like a clever kind of way.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what I love about Transformers is they're enough to be like, here's a little bit of adult humor, but not enough for it to be like, oh, Cartoon Network. Yeah. You know? So accurate. I like that.
That was Gravity Falls.
Yeah,
Gravity Falls was like, this is for kids?
Yeah, like
holy hell.
So that's why I think that Cartoon Network is really good about that. They can make a show where it's like, this is definitely not for children, but it looks like
but it's for children.
But yeah, and then for us where it's just like, again, they just kind of throw a little bit of that in there and you can laugh and be like, haha, and the kids are just like, what?
Yeah.
Well, and even I keep coming back to Plan 26B, which was, there are we've been tracking scout troops. We need to get out of this.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like the park rangers are training for 26B, which is when scientists bring a dinosaur to life and it rampages.
That was amazing.
Stay in school.
It's just like, oh man, I guess we're gonna have to dig a latrine, but at least we have a great story for campfire time.
I mean, in that moment, as soon as Grimlock was like, I have a plan, I was like, oh no.
Oh, this will be
Guys,
good.
I wish you would have saw my face. I was just like, yes. But I was not expecting him to just run through the forest.
That was great.
He pulled a straight up Jurassic Park.
It was amazing.
It was great.
wonderful.
I was waiting for like the little rear view mirror section. Just like, that's all I wanted.
Yeah.
I would have been happy.
I mean, I would have been okay if Strong Arm came out and just like did the like Chris Pratt thing.
Wrong kind of dinosaur. We need a Dinobot for that.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, but
That's
it would have
true.
been great.
Yes.
We need like a swarm of Dinobots,
Yes,
and then
please.
that can happen.
Oh my god.
And all my dreams will come true.
My kingdom for actual Scott McNeil Dinobot
Yes!
showing up in this. Like, oh my god, sign me up.
yes,
we
yes,
need a
yes,
Starscream type character.
I would love it.
Sign me up.
Oh god, that'd
be great.
But yeah, our away team, we have a polar bear Decepticon called Polar Claw.
Yeah.
Who has a sonic roar and enhanced senses because
like,
why not?
Yeah,
Sure.
I was just like, all right, throw in that black
Yeah,
canary, go
totally.
for it.
It's for straight up OP.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is the one thing is I feel like most of the animal Decepticons up to this point have had somewhat justified abilities that had something to do with the animal that they were, and I'm like, why does a polar bear have like sonic wave screams?
But if you really
Because
think about
he
it,
was
what
at
are
the back of the line when they were handing out special traits in the factory, and they were kind of rummaging in the bottom of
They're
he's
like-
a polar bear. Okay, what do polar bears do? They roar? You know what? I have a sonic roar. All right.
You cool with that?
Yeah.
I just love I could totally see someone just be like, hold on, sure.
Like Stephen King, a lamp monster.
Yeah.
Was that SNL or was that College Humor?
I think that was either College Humor. I think Family Guy's also tossed that too.
Yeah, it might have been Family Guy. Yeah, just like
and he's
it's
just
here
like he's like
and-
poking with the lamp. He's just like and he's like, sure, give you money for it.
Yes.
But yes, no, I thought it was really funny because I didn't understand at first. I thought he was just throwing rocks, and I was like, okay, cool.
It's Donkey Kong. All right.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, and they're gonna go up like the ramp, but then and then all of a
that
sudden,
would have been great.
That's what I'm saying.
Now I want that on a T-shirt.
Well, they were, and then Optimus got hit with the barrel and started to fall down. No one really got the hammer. I mean,
we did have a hammer, and it was B whacking against Overlord. But I mean,
amazing.
two different things.
Yep.
Oh my god. It's just the away team is going to be interesting because we have two bots who respect Optimus but are also kind of good at the wrangling him and the sort of, okay, Grandpa, sit down and we'll listen to your story. Like that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Because
a little
that's
bit.
what I feel like that's what a lot of the first episode and part of the second was kind of working around Optimus. So being like, no, he's still a glorious sass master, and no, he had a strategy that pretty much saved the day and can still kind of pull tricks out of his bag.
absolutely.
Like they spent the latter half kind of justifying, no, he's still in it to win it, you guys.
I think that, a lot of sort of this away team story is going to be a lot of character growth on the part of Sideswipe, learning to deal with a different authority figure than B and kind of realizing how important that is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because B will engage on Sideswipe's level.
He will.
And Optimus is just like, no.
Yeah.
And Optimus will stonewall him like none
so
other.
I think that it's going to be about Sideswipe kind of gaining more of an appreciation for B.
Respect.
Yeah.
But I'm confused because everybody knows who Optimus Prime is, and
But not everyone cares.
okay, that's what I was there. That's where I was gonna ask. I'm like, is this like a thing that I missed where people are just like, yeah, we don't give a crap, and I'm like, but it's Optimus Prime.
Sideswipe doesn't need familiarity to have contempt.
True.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised for that.
Yeah, I just thought it was a little weird because I'm so used to people just being like, and things, but like he was just kind of like, and I was like, what's happening?
Like, oh, he's an old man and we have to take him along on our team. Why do we have to bring Grandpa? Like, that's what it was. And for a while, the episode was backing up. Yeah, why did we have to bring Grandpa? And then at the end, it was like, because Grandpa's a giant badass. That's why.
Like, that's what I was thinking. It's like when you think about like a grandpa who's like gone to war and you're just like, Grandpa's just talking about war again. It's so weird. But then like you really realize what he's been through and you're like, oh.
Having had 3 grandparents who were in World War II, some of those stories, man.
No, that's what I'm
saying. Some of those stories.
But there's those teenagers or kids that are kind of just like, make them be quiet. And then there are other ones where you're just like, tell me more things, please.
Yeah. And that was Strong Arm. Just like, tell me more.
Oh, I
But we knew she was a fangirl from the beginning.
Yeah. No, of course. Yeah. And it was... I feel like it's justified also for somebody like Strong Arm. I mean, obviously, like, Optimus is absolutely the kind of bot that Strong Arm would idolize.
Oh my god, she was just fangirling all over the place. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Yeah. Well, and that's why she was so happy to be paired up with B at the beginning, because he worked with Optimus Prime.
Oh, yeah, totally.
You know, it's like, I'm working with Optimus Prime.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I liked, too, that, B... Even though he did, charge ahead without the rest of his teammates in the course of this episode, it wasn't the same feeling as they're not cooperating in season 1. It felt very, it felt like a personal vendetta, which it was.
It was like a switch got flipped, and he just went.
Exactly.
You need to calm down, buddy.
Like basically,
what the heck?
Like basically, his reason for separating from the team was very different than like, you guys can't handle it and you don't know what you're doing. It was literally like, I have a personal vendetta with this guy and I'm going to take him down.
It doesn't make it a better reason.
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't. But it doesn't undermine the team building that happened during season 1.
I completely agree with that. And I just love how he just channeled his Terry McGinnis for this whole
episode.
I was like, whoa!
So angry.
Good and Beyond came out of nowhere.
It was
Let's talk a little bit about Overload then.
Yeah.
Because he just shows up dramatic timing right out of nowhere. Like, well, I certainly hope nothing shows up that we can't handle. Literally comes from the sky with the sun behind him and does the superhero landing. Like,
That was amazing.
Oh my God, here we go.
I think all you can hear while we were watching was Emma laughing, me just going, what's happening, and Katie just face palming over and over and over.
And this is the second time I've watched through these episodes today. So it's like, oh, drama kids. Everyone knew this person in high school who thought they were such a hot shot and couldn't act their way out of a paper bag.
Oh, yeah.
I knew a few of them. They were fun.
Oh yeah. They made theater arts class very entertaining.
Well, and I don't know if either of you guys are familiar with the Thrilling Adventure Hour.
Oh,
yeah.
Jib Janine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, straight up.
It's just like he's supposed to be a really good actor, and he was a spy, and he got all sorts of information, and led to the downfall of 3 Autobot installations, and then Optimus caught him, but not before he beat the living daylights out of B. And I'm like, wait a minute, did he? So tell me all your secrets. Like, no, he couldn't have been more Jib Janine if he'd been voiced by Paul F. Tompkins.
No,
Right?
straight up. Like,
man.
oh my God, that would be perfect.
I would have howled.
I really enjoyed. I'm trying to remember the voice actor's name. His name is Dave something.
Oh, I don't remember.
Gotta look,
Like
I'll look it up.
Filoni or
Yeah.
something?
No,
I don't know.
he does.
Something.
He's General Pong Krell, one of the like Jedi Masters in Clone Wars. But
shoot.
but anyway,
remember.
Dave Fennoy.
You
That's
have
what
the
it is.
internet.
That's what
I
it
was
is.
like,
Yeah.
I was literally like,
But anyway, like, and I loved. I thought his performance was wonderful.
Oh,
but
yeah.
now I'm like, oh man, what if it had been Paul F. Tompkins?
I think at some point I'm just gonna have to get these episodes, pull Jib Janine clips, and dub them over.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
Just
beautiful.
be like, you guys, tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
no.
'Cause that's what he is.
Yeah, no, it was, and I always like it when they bring in sort of older Decepticons, and they're not the
Yes.
invented animal ones for the series, and it's fun to see sort of like how they play around with these characters, and so yeah, I liked this this ridiculous interpretation.
It literally just reminded me of my theater arts teacher straight up. And it was beautiful. I was just like, Mr. Kastner? What's happening? Why are you on the show?
And he just hail and well met and exit Grimlock stage left.
Oh,
and
that's
it's
my
just
favorite
like,
line.
oh honey.
It was just
Oh,
like
honey.
Shakespeare gone.
No, that's what someone said in the chat. I don't remember who it was.
Gone
But they were
My
like,
favorite is it's your fault for looking like a critic.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, just stop, honey, no.
Yeah. No, definitely.
It was beautiful. I loved every minute of that.
And then we had the 2 Cyclonus Minicons, I think they were.
Yeah.
Cyclone
They
were.
Minicons,
Ransack
and Backtrack.
Listen,
They look like
names.
destroyer droids.
I know, they
Yes,
looked like
that
a
was
mix.
the first thing I thought
They
of.
looked like a mix between destroyer droids and just because of their like cute little faces that secretly had fangs, like of the little
aliens.
of like the little aliens on the planet they go to get the beryllium sphere in Galaxy
That's
Quest.
what literally, Emma, literally that was what was going through my head. I was like, I wonder if Emma knows that like it looked kind of like those aliens from Galaxy Quest. But you know what? I'm gonna wait till she finishes her thought.
Yeah.
Rock.
And then anytime they made noises, I was like, that's what I was expecting. Yes! Like, I was just like, you guys gonna make a boulder monster? Because I want it.
Yeah, there were.
I was thinking of those weird little toys you used to get that were like weird Tetris pieces and you had to put them together and make an orb.
Yeah.
That's what I was also thinking too. And I was like, what are these things?
They were great. Episode 1 destroyer droids. That was
All of the
all I could think of. They
references.
spoke entirely in gibberish, and they were essentially highly destructive 5-year-olds.
Basically, yeah, they definitely had the mentality of children.
Yeah, that was it.
And that's just what amused the heck out of me because they were just very happy to popcorn dot gif at half the battle. Like,
Yes.
yeah, sure,
Yes.
cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And just the ending shot of just banging the pots and
Yeah.
pans. All
Oh,
right,
it was
everyone,
adorable.
march back to your stasis pod.
I
amazing.
wanted little coconuts to just start going.
I just love that they beat Overload, and then these two little Minicons are just like banging on him like kids playing with pots and pans.
That was the
I
first
was
thing I
like-
thought of. I was like, this is great. I've been in that situation. I'm just sitting there. They're just like, yay! And I'm just like, oh, God.
They're chaotic, neutral 5-year-olds.
Just horrible.
Then again,
and
most
scary.
5-year-olds are chaotic.
No, like
neutrals.
straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever taught a little dragon's 3-year-old?
No, I've babysat them.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I babysat a few when I was in high school.
Oh, it's so scary. I love 3-year-olds and teaching them karate, but when they're just kicking you in the shins over and over and over,
you were teaching them karate.
That's what it was.
Oh,
Little dragons,
dang.
3-year-olds, and you're trying to teach them how to kick and punch, and it was. I didn't realize how bad that was until I did it, and I was like, okay, yeah, now I know why everything on my lower body hurts because they're just punching me in my shins and in my thighs.
Well, and the fact that, you know, B catches on to the fact that they're like so entertained by this and just uses it to be like, all right, guys, let's all go back to the stasis pods.
Wait, are you not entertained?
Yes,
that's all I wanted.
Like, he basically didn't skip a beat, too. He's like, listen, I have been dealing with very immature Autobots for a while now, so, like, I have got this babysitting thing on lock.
Like, I can do this. I can do this. And then the fact that Strongarm was also marching.
Yeah, she was.
Like, sure,
and
why
Grimlock's
not?
just like, sure, I guess I'll join with you.
It was just beautiful.
It was great. It was the greatest ending I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I loved every minute of it. I was like, can I have more of this just cuz?
It was fun. No, I really enjoyed that.
I would have watched the whole march back.
I felt
honestly,
so bad
because
for
it was
that.
so ridiculous.
That family in the RV. They're like, I am never camping here again.
Yes.
There are so many bears.
And I was like, all right.
Yeah, it was a bear arm.
Sure.
Yeah, totally.
I
I don't know. The humans on Earth are they're so entertaining.
Yes.
See, I get the feeling the people of Crown City are like Parks and Rec, Citizens of Pawnee level
literally,
stupid.
like legit, I would watch a whole show about them though.
Guys.
Didn't we talk
Guys,
about this?
yeah.
That we
Guys,
wanted like the group of fans. That,
Yes, I totally forgot about that. We talked about this, and
Yeah.
Pawnee would be perfect.
No, but like now, but that's the thing is like since you brought up Pawnee, I'm like I want a show about like the local
that.
government.
and it's mostly the local government, and then just occasionally there's giant robots running.
Yeah, I would watch that show.
Take my money, please.
And there's one person who knows what the heck is going on, but he's like the Andy of the group, and so everyone thinks
so
he's
no
a
one believes
complete
him.
moron.
Yeah. Oh man, I would just love to see.
I would watch that TV program. They're,
Seriously.
they're
Straight
doing
up.
online shorts. Give us that.
I would love that so
Yeah.
much.
I feel like we should write and shoot that TV
I
program.
know, seriously.
so down.
Yes.
Yes.
Copyright, guys.
You know, it's fair use. It's parody.
Don't steal our idea.
No, we said it here first.
No, I mean us doing this. It's
Oh, yeah,
fair
no,
use.
I just don't
we just don't want anybody else to steal this genius idea.
Yeah, we said it first.
Dibs.
Dude, come to LA and join in.
Yeah,
Please.
totally.
We'll shoot for a couple weeks. It'll be great.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
legit.
man.
I'm gonna start writing this, guys.
Oh my God, yes. Sign me up.
Oh man, Night Chick also agrees with you, Katie, about Optimus being a smart bud. To sideswipe was the best thing ever in this episode.
That was great.
That smirk at the very
Well,
end
yes,
was
he
adorable.
living. Are you in need of assistance? And like on the level, it's like I'm helping, and then underneath you just kind of see that little smirk.
Yeah.
Like,
I love the animation in this show too. It's so solid. Like it's
Am I crazy? Has it gotten better?
it's gotten better.
Oh my god, I thought I was seeing
because the thing
things.
is that like I've always really enjoyed the animation in this, which is like sort of borderline cell shaded, like slightly 3-dimensional, a little reminiscent of Wind Waker in a really good way.
That's the first
honestly,
thing I
it
thought
reminds
of.
me of Ruby.
Yeah.
It's 2D
okay.
style animation in a 3D space.
Yeah, because I was noticing how Fix-It was on the console, and I was like, I feel like he's just moving more fluidly than before. I mean, that's saying something about Fix-It, but just in general, I feel like everyone's just kind of moving better.
What
Yeah,
got
I like
me
that.
was just the moment at the end of part 1 where Overload is looking at the trees and the Minicons are about to come out, and you just see his eyes track, and I'm like, I don't know why that was what got me, but I'm like, that is awesome.
But I also feel like their face detail it's much more
Oh,
recognizable.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
their
I
eyes
agree.
Yeah.
seem brighter and
Yep.
everything. Like I would have never been able to see Optimus' smirk if they didn't.
Yeah, I
brighten that
agree.
up.
I agree. Yeah, the animation looks amazing so far this season, and yeah, that smirk was so subtle.
It was great.
Like I just imagine that like that is what Peter Cullen did when he was in the booth.
Yes.
Like how fun for him to get to be sassy, you know?
I want more sassy Prime.
Oh my God, yes. I get the
Hashtag.
feeling that that's what we'll get now that we have him in the season.
Yeah.
And he has to deal with Sideswipe.
Yeah,
Oh,
gosh,
man.
what great foibles for each other, man.
It's gonna be great. I think so. It says Same thing from Night Chick. B's facial movements when he said just a cop bringing in a perp was awesome.
All of it is just glorious.
Just the animation just seems like it's on a totally different level than the last time. But I love
beautiful.
That. What I love is Infinity Mage on Twitter sending us 2 tweets. First one, I'm so happy that Sideswipe is taking one for the team and being the person to make bad phrases I'll cringe at this season.
Yes.
Like, bless that bot. I was so done with B trying to do it. Like, we had a catchphrase.
Yeah.
Now let's come up with something else.
Team name.
And also, the away team can't be the B team. The entire team is the B team.
That's true. If Megan was
Lord
here,
Megatron would be disappointed in you,
like,
which means
get out.
I freaking love you.
That was great.
She can't get mad at me. I didn't make that pun.
No, she can't.
Nah.
I just approve heavily of it.
Timothy in the chat said, what if Denny accidentally entered himself to run for mayor while trying to cover up for the Autobots?
That's where I go for Gravity Falls. Like, they need the eagle to come down and kiss him and all that.
Oh, it would be beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it'd be great.
Yeah, also DBZ King 02, Toei should hire animation teams like these guys. I agree.
Yeah, completely so.
Oh, Toei is, they brought in the B team and not in the robots in disguise way.
Toei is up a creek without a paddle in more ways than one right now, given the recent Team 4 star kerfluffle. But that is for an entirely different show.
We're gonna need another hour for that.
Yeah, and a lawyer.
A little bit.
Yeah, I feel like none of us are qualified to talk about copyright law.
Nope, Honey Bunch is a nope.
And I think the thing that we didn't hit on, and that's kind of our plot device and our reason that our teams are separate this season, is that the ground bridge is trash.
Totally. Yeah, because I was sitting there going, oh, they're probably going to fix it at the end. And then I really took a better look at it, and I was like, no, that thing's
it was
broken.
on fire.
It's done.
And the whole, like, it might have been Optimus's biochemistry. Like, the Primes screwed him up because the Primes were like, we lent you those pieces of spark, and you can't have them anymore. We need them back.
Yeah.
We didn't
Which
get to
is
talk
why
about...
we didn't. We skipped right to the B team.
Oh, yeah. We should talk about that.
Yeah.
We just, Nathan Prime showed up.
Nathan Prime.
I can never remember his name. Just know that he played Nathan Petrelli.
Katie said Nathan Prime. You heard it here, folks.
It's like 3 degrees of thought process there.
He played
Kronos? Yes. The actor who's voicing him played Nathan Petrelli on Hero.
Perfect.
So that is the only place my brain goes.
That was so good. You have broken.
Did I just make your night?
No, I just now want a T-shirt or like somebody make a GIF right now of my Cronus with that says hashtag Nathan Prime.
If anyone is new to our after show, Katie doesn't do this on purpose, but she breaks me just randomly throughout the seasons. She did it 3 times last season. This is already number 1, and it's the first episode.
Lex did that to me on Arrow this past week, and I could not speak for a full 30 seconds, and it was pretty bad.
If anybody ends up rewatching this episode, they're just gonna see my face go,
Oh, what?
broken. Yeah.
So my Cronus shows up on Grimlock's thigh because that is the best place to show up.
Primes need to appear on reflective surfaces. This is something that we have learned previously.
That's right.
And technically, the bots are shiny. They're kind of reflective.
I mean, he was getting buffed earlier.
getting buffed.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
I get it, but that doesn't make it better. No. Just like shiny and chrome.
Oh my god.
Anyway. Yeah, it shows up like, we need those pieces of spark back. And V's like, no, that nearly killed him the first time? Too bad.
I mean, he didn't even ask for permission. He just kind of did it. He was just stating that he was going to get
Optimus
it back.
went, okay, I get it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And I just love the difference between my scans indicate that he will recover and fix it going, my scans indicate he's in a bad way right now. Hello?
Awkward.
So Optimus is not doing super hot.
No.
Hence the jokes about, having to deal with Grandpa and whatnot.
Oh yeah, they call him Poptimus Prime. That was Uni Dark Rose.
I love it.
I just love, you may call me Optimus Prime or Optimus. Just like there is no arguing with it.
No, and I would have been like, how dare you?
There's no cute nicknames.
Nope,
not from that kid.
No.
And then evidently him going through the ground bridge may or may not have wrecked it because a change in his biochemistry, according to Fix It, Wow, there that goes. I work tech support, and so Fix-It goes, it's like applying a magnet to a hard drive. And I'm like, oh, the ground bridge is done.
Yeah. Just watching Katie's face when that happened, I was just like, oh, that must have been really bad.
No, that is how you wipe a hard drive. If you
is that how you do
if you
it?
want to make sure that nobody can get anything off a hard drive, you get an industrial magnet and a sledgehammer.
Wow.
It's a 1-2. You wipe it and then you physically destroy it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
The more you know, I guess.
Yeah.
That is
Dang.
like,
There you go, guys. If you ever need to destroy any highly encrypted information found on a single hard drive,
Oh, Katie Cullen is your girl.
You get I have done this before. My dad's former military. Hey, Katie, your tech support. How do you get rid of a hard drive? Well, what do you have in the shed? There are pictures of me taking a sledgehammer to a hard drive. Like, this is a thing I have done.
I'm done. It is official. I've lost. That's it.
Alexis can't even keep her glasses
It's going to get
on.
worse when we start taping at 10 p.m. We're all going to be gone by then.
Because I'm usually here
be
working,
great.
so it's gonna be great.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun. So our ground bridge is tanked, and I'm betting at least mid-season before we get that back online, if not later.
Yeah. Oh man.
So yeah, that was all of the stuff. Do we have any theories? Are we about ready to roll into predictions?
down.
Does
Yeah.
chat have anything fun to say?
No, mostly just
Nope.
talking about. Wow. Sorry. There's
That's
something I'm like,
chat.
I'm not gonna do that one.
And I'm sincerely waiting to find out when Best Actor is announced, so
Yes,
I can
please.
Exactly.
avoid the
Yes.
comments about whether or not Leo has won.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
Night Chick for plot twist or predictions is Microcronus.
Micronus, yeah.
Micronus, sorry. I read that O in front.
Yeah.
Did
Nathan
this
Prime.
knowing... Yeah.
Nathan Prime.
I'm just going to call
Petrelli
that from now on. Did this knowing it would fudge the bridge up for them. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, possible.
That makes sense.
I have my doubts about that.
Backstabber.
I mean,
I have my doubts
agree.
because Micronus is a jerk, but I
mean, but
don't
you never
think
know.
he's that level of
Ooh,
jerk.
but what if they're trying to test him now? Because now he's on
Oh
Earth.
my God.
Micronus he's like the little King Kai one, right?
Yeah, he's a little jerk. Micronus needs to butt out.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no,
I think
seriously.
we're ready to roll into predictions.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there we go.
And now,
And the light show and
Optimus
everything.
freaking Burnside's best thing ever. I don't know what that means. I must have read that incorrect.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The one thing I have is actually predicated on a toy release that we saw. And if anyone follows me on Twitter, you saw me absolutely howling about this.
Oh, I'm so
I
excited.
hope it's true. I hope it's real. I hope it's real.
They released toys. One of the toys they released was what we saw tonight, was the polar camouflage Optimus
Yeah.
Prime. We're like, okay, that's pretty cool. Hence the joke about we can camouflage things. New toys. Like, okay, we get it.
Yeah.
The other release that they showed was in Robots in Disguise style, Ratchet. I need that.
This is the thing, it's justified. It would make perfect sense for them to cross paths with Ratchet because he was still on Earth at the end of Prime.
They brought him back for the movie. They brought him back to.
Right.
We don't know if he
Cybertron,
went.
but
we don't know if he went back to Earth after
do you
that.
guys-
Either which way, he is the one and only bot that can tell Optimus to sit down and get better. Dang it!
And it would also make sense because it's like at the end of the series of Prime, he was on Earth. Yes, he did go back to Cybertron, but he could have very easily gone back to
Yes,
Earth.
we don't know.
So do you think, I'm not saying that it was, it's probably going to be strictly coincidental, but I think that maybe because the snow eventually is going to affect all of them at this point, even though Optimus is starting to slowly adapt, maybe they'll bump into Ratchet at that point, and then he can fix everybody, and they can all travel together. That was my prediction since we were talking about it.
that would be cool.
I will be extremely surprised if we are not completely out of the Arctic Circle and onto some other globe-trotting location by next
I
episode.
would agree with you, actually, Katie. Yeah, I think that there is a very good chance that they will be in another location by the next episode. However, I do think that hopefully there's I really think that Ratchet is going to turn up and that the away team will encounter him in their
That's
journeys.
the only way that I can think that he would be showing up.
Well, and I think
totally.
if Optimus is still the walking wounded, again, Ratchet is the only one who can tell him, no, sit your butt down.
Yeah.
We're doing some medicine here.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And everyone else just kind of marvels, like, he can talk to Optimus like that? Like, you'd be surprised.
And then Sideswipe's gonna be like, I like this guy. But everyone
And then
in the
Ratchet
chat
will
is,
basically tell Sideswipe to get off his lawn.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be great. And everyone in the chat completely agrees.
Yeah.
And is in full, like, Night Chick is in all caps at this point, just saying a bunch of the yeah, no, it's great.
Everyone's just like, yes, please, Ratchet.
No,
yes.
yeah, no, literally, it says, what? Please, yes, we need this, yes, please.
Yes, please, do want.
Yes, no, yeah, no, I want to go to there. Like,
So,
please.
aside from toys making everyone super happy, do we have any other predictions? Because I don't think we got a preview, did we?
No, we didn't.
Not that I saw.
haven't seen one. I feel like in the season trailer we saw like
a lot of fun
all
stuff.
the
We saw a lot
Decepticons
of
from
stuff.
last season, which
And
I'm
we saw a
really
new
excited
female
about.
con that wasn't Filch.
Yes.
So excited.
And I just
Yeah,
can't
so
have it.
I'm ready for more like animal Decepticon team ups gone terribly wrong because it continues the grand Transformers tradition of the good guys win because they work together and the bad guys lose because they don't understand how to teamwork.
We really need a star scream for Hungry Like the Wolf.
yes,
We
we
do.
do.
And I need to remember what I named everyone.
We're gonna have to go all the way back.
Crab people. I remembered crab people.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, no, I think, I think that my biggest prediction was that Ratchet was going to come up for our away team and help them out in some way, shape, or form because Optimus, I don't think he can wait that long, and also Sideswipe's got an injury too.
Yeah.
And we don't know when that's going to be fixed. But I was concerned because I was like, are they actually? How are they going to get out of the Arctic Circle? That's what I was concerned.
Drive
with.
on the ocean floor.
Yeah, and just keep going until they find the next place.
I legitimately think that that's how they're going to handle it. They're just going to drive on the ocean floor. And I'm wondering how they're going to get Energon, but I feel like that's something that they're just going to apply a liberal amount of hand wavium and just kind of go with it.
So many.
So much of the hand wavium.
Yes.
Goodbye.
But yeah, no, that was pretty much it. Because that was my biggest concern. I was like, I don't know how B Team's gonna. Oh boy.
They updated. Leo won.
Yay! It's not gonna turn into Overload! Yay!
Oh man.
That was great. That was perfect.
Yeah,
Full circle,
really
full
good
circle,
timing.
full circle.
Absolutely. Do we have anyone new on iTunes?
No, it looks
Because
like
here's the fun thing. If you guys, we absolutely love when you guys review on iTunes.
That was
Seriously.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. This is a long one.
Yeah.
We have
all
one
right.
from Soundwave Fangirl. She gave us, or he, I'm assuming it's his fangirl.
Girl,
woman.
yeah,
probably
girl.
And we got 5 stars. This is from December 17th, 2015, so right before the new year. Soundwave in TFRID. Name, Soundwave, age 2000.
Oh, it's,
beyond.
I think
one of
this
the
was
big
the
ones.
entry to the
Character
very old
description
entry
thing,
to the
yeah.
character
So
description.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, this is way longer than I'm used to.
You're like, this is so in depth.
I was okay with that. I was gonna read the whole thing, but
Yeah.
we don't have time for that. But,
Yeah.
but no, I like it. I mean, we can read it a little bit later. Do you want me to read it out loud?
Oh, later.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah, no. I think we
another
need
day.
more stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so seriously,
leaving us iTunes reviews.
are our bread and butter, you
Yeah.
guys. If you leave reviews, if you rate us 5 stars, and if you tell our bosses, hey, we really like these people talking about Transformers, then they are more likely to allow us to continue to talk about Transformers so we can stay on the air along with the show. So if you go on to iTunes, subscribe to AfterBuzz Robots in Disguise, rate us 5 stars, leave a nice little review. Of course, you will get a shout out on the show because we love you.
I think we do have a new one. It's back from September. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know
I think it was after the finale
Didn't we
because
stop in like mid-July?
no, it went on
no.
until September because
That's
I remember
right.
because I did our finale and then like 2 days later flew to Hawaii.
That's
So,
right.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can
So
read this one
jealous of
really
you.
quickly. So this one's for fans by Romantic Caveman. This is the first.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, this is the first after show I've ever watched / listened to, and will be the standard that I hold all future after shows to. What? I still have trouble believing I'm binge watching / listening to 45 to 60 minutes of commentary over 22-minute episodes. Is this what sports fans feel like? Anyways, I am the only one of my circle of friends who adores Transformers and is currently watching Robots in Disguise. So seeing and hearing actual live fans discuss the show is a different experience than any sort of forum or Tumblr feed could offer. While hosts are indeed fans of the franchise and can usually find something to enjoy about the episode, they aren't afraid to offer a very well-rounded critique. Yes, we know that very well. Their guests also offer wonderful insight on the development process, and together they all offer tons of good laughs. I cannot recommend this podcast enough for any fans of RID 2015. Wreck and roll, trans fans. #romantic caveman.
Oh, guys.
was great.
I'm pretty sure he's the one that did the full-on bios for us.
That's right. That's correct. I remember that.
And
I still
won
have
the
that.
combiners.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, no, you're
Thank
fantastic.
you.
Yes, you are a
Man.
glorious human being, and we adore you.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Love it.
So yes, subscribe, leave reviews. We adore you all. You know we do.
please.
And I think that is about all we have for the night. We will see you guys next week. Our time slot's going to change. We're going to tape at 9 p.m. Pacific, so it'll be back an hour. Be prepared for that. And Alexis, where can the people find you?
You can find me all over the internet and the interwebs at atorres890. Don't forget to check out my vlog on my YouTube channel youtube.com/atorres890 or ps890. I do vlogs there now, and I do one every Wednesday called the Hump Day Lunch Hour. Get that out of your gut, like the gutter, in your head. It's just me talking about random topics during my Wednesday lunch hours in my car. Last week we talked about musicals, so if you love musicals, please join us because I've been talking with this lady about Hamilton. So I've been mostly talking about that.
I just listened this weekend.
Right?
So good.
I've
been
please
compromised.
go ahead and comment and leave your insight on that or what I should talk about next.
If you guys want to read lots of tweets about Hamilton, you should follow me on Twitter at Emma Fyffe, EMMAFYFFE. That is all F's as in Fred, no S's as in snake. I'm also Emma Fyffe on Instagram, and I do have an Emma Fyffe Facebook page that I'm trying to be better about updating. But I did get my Twitter feed to feed to that page. But there's also like more photo albums and things like that there. I'm working on it, guys. You can find me on a bunch of shows here at AfterBuzzTV.com. We have the season finale of Agent Carter coming up on Tuesday. Also Star Wars Rebels and Face Off on Wednesdays, as well as various other after shows scattered throughout the week. Follow me on Twitter. You'll know everything that I'm doing because I tweet a lot.
You can follow Lord Megantron on Twitter at The Menguin. That's TheMenguin. And she has an Instagram under the same name.
She does.
She does.
Neither of us ever remember to promote that. And I'm Katie Cullen. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram at Kiaxet. That's KIAXET. And on Snapchat at Kia Prime. It's mostly cat photos in Disneyland, but hey, good times. I am on many of the shows here. This one, I'm on The Muppets. The season finale is on Tuesday. I'm on Blind Spot. That comes back on Tuesday as well. Arrow just went on a spring break hiatus because it's weird. But that's Wednesdays. And Star Wars Rebels, also on Wednesdays. Thank you guys so much for watching. Welcome back to the season. It's going to be awesome. What's the new catchphrase? Help me with this one. Rev up and roll out.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.